Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, go ahead and like this video. That helps it get pushed out to other people that would love to see this too. And subscribe to my channel. That's going to help me grow here on YouTube, and that is my goal for the whole year. So help me reach my resolutions, guys. Today's video is all about an awesome Dollar Tree crafty DIY, and it's so simple. It's gonna you're just gonna be amazed at how simple this is. All I'm doing is I'm taking one of their gorgeous pink Christmas trees and I am flattening it out on one side and I'm getting rid of the base. Here you're going to see me cutting just a couple of inches off the very top piece where you would put a star or a bow if you were making this into like an actual Christmas tree. And then I'm going to make a big fluffy bow for the star of our swag. So have all these beautiful ribbons that I got from the Valentine section in Dollar Tree, and I chose to do really something with like a bright red and mostly pink. So for the base of my bow, I'm gonna make a 3-loop bow by doing this very simple method. You just pull the ribbon out and you make a circle. Then you're gonna roll that circle over 3 times. So this is time 2. The first loop was 1, the second loop, and now I'm making a 3rd loop. So you're gonna have 3 layers. And I love this ribbon. It reminds me, I've said this before in a different video, of like cartoon boxers. Like they're so cute with the white hearts. And then I'm just cutting it off once I have my 3rd layer on. And I'm gonna hold that tight. And then I'm gonna put the top and the bottom piece together. So they're just gonna be sandwiched together. And then using a twist tie, I'm going to tie this tight so that way it doesn't go anywhere. So here's my little twist tie, and I'm just putting this around, and I am pinching everything together in the center there. So now I have 2 equal sides. So each side has 3 loops, making 6 loops total. There we go, and I'm making sure to leave enough of this twist tie out because we're going to use the twist tie to attach a smaller bow of this exact same kind right on top. And when it's done, you can see that it just looks kind of like a bow tie, but this is where the fluffing comes in. So when we kind of like zhuzh and fluff our bows, that's what makes them beautiful. So we kind of had a bow tie situation going, but now we're going to get that really full look. Now, if you like more loops, feel free to just loop that again or loop that again. I'm kind of trying to be careful with how much I use of my crafting supplies because they have to last all season. But if you just bought enough to make this one big thing, then just go for it. Make a great, big, beautiful, fluffy bow. So here I'm using a slightly smaller ribbon, and I'm gonna make a slightly smaller bow. So you can see I'm not making as big of loops, but it's still just 3 loops and then cut off. And then we're holding those 2 pieces together, and I'm gonna pinch it down. And you can see I have my 3 layers on both sides, making 6 loops total. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna attach it directly on in the center of that other bow. So I'm taking the twist tie, I'm also spinning it, so that way my red bow is horizontal and my pink bow is vertical. That way I get a more full looking bow. You can also add more layers than this. So if you want to, you can make an even bigger bow for the back or a smaller bow for the front. There's lots of ways you can do this. Feel free to take this DIY and run with it. Do whatever you like. Use whatever little bits and bobs look gorgeous to you. For me, I'm really trying to keep with a pink theme in my house, so I didn't want a whole lot of extra of that red. And luckily this is going outside, but I did want to make it like if I wanted to keep it inside, I could keep it inside, so it still matches. And again, we're just fluffing everything. So when this gets done, you're going to see a big, beautiful bow. And here it is. Isn't this darling? I really think it would look great with like a jewel in the center. So now we're going to make a tail. So I just cut off a small section of ribbon. This is probably 18 inches of ribbon though, so it's not too small. And I'm going to just put that ribbon in between the two bows, and I'm going to tie it to the red bow. And what this is going to do is this is going to help me attach this to our Christmas tree base. And it's also going to make it look like this bow has two very pretty little tails on the end of it. I really love like a lot of tail, or like a long tail actually looks really cute to me on the bows. But in this case, I just did two that fit this, this base for me. So there it is with the tails, and I'm going to show you how we attach it. I found it easiest to put the bow upside down and then tie it to the base of that Christmas tree. And I thought about actually putting it on the white part, but pulling it down was a little bit better. It looked more balanced when I turned it back over. I will say when I do DIYs, and probably I'm sure when you do DIYs, I find it best to make sure that I kind of turn it around, look at it while I'm doing it. So here you can see I'm just dovetailing the ends, and dovetailing just means that you cut a triangle out of the center of the ribbon, so that way it looks really done. And here's what it looks like when I pulled that ribbon down on the back of that. And now we're gonna really zhuzh it up. This is where you can have fun and use whatever pieces you want. This is a garden stake, a metal garden stake. So I just popped the piece that goes in the ground right off the back of it, and I peeled off the sticker just for my own my own OCD, didn't want that on there. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna attach it to the back of our bow, so like right behind the bow on this white piece. Now I will say I used hot glue because I didn't want to wait, but you need to use E6000 or something that's going to bond really, really well. I didn't want to wait 24 hours to let that set, so that was just my impatience. But this did work well when I put just a little bit of ribbon on the back so that it had something less slick to adhere to. So if you're going to use hot glue, go ahead and put down a little ribbon first. And to the back, so that this can hang, I am just taking a smaller piece of ribbon and I'm tying a loop so that way it'll hang on our hook. If not, you could probably use the actual bow itself, but I didn't want to pull on anything. I kind of like the way it looks, so I just decided to put a little ribbon. And here I am just fluffing it up, and this is really what I was so excited about when I was done. I was like, wow, this looks so cute. But I thought, I'm going to put some twinkle lights in this. This is what's going to take this from like, oh, that's adorable to wow. So go ahead and string some twinkle lights if you have some. I have a lot left over from Christmas. And here's how it looks with the lights on. It's so cute. And that little battery pack just attached to the back and was not a problem at all. I'm sure you could hot glue it if you wanted, but I was able to just run it right through the little white part and it held perfectly. And here's what it looks like on the front door. I lost the light, so I wasn't able to get a beautiful picture of it in the light, but here it is with the flashlight on it so you could see it better. I think this is so cute. It looks adorable on my barn door and I love it.